You see what I mean? It isn't what it was, Cody. Cody says, but what it was still what it was. So that means what it is can't be defined as something that can be changed because the thing is only what it is when it is it. But everything changes all the time, Cody. Maybe not in ways that we can perceive, but time doesn't stop, right? And so it is what it is right now, but even just a brief instant in the future, it will be what it will be, and it won't be what it is. I mean, here's a thing that people don't necessarily take into account is that everything changes all the time. Like, we're all growing older all the time, right? The time is changing all the time. I'm just trying to keep chat amused, Wesley. Because we're building complicated but also quite repetitive things. I'm trying to keep the chat entertained. Wesley says, but you said what it is can change, what it is can be something else, but it isn't what it was. It is a platonic ideal non-changing, then it doesn't exist. Like, if if it is a platonic ideal and non-changing, then it doesn't exist. And if it doesn't exist, then it isn't what it is. Ah, got him. If something changes, then it still is what it is. It's just also a new it based on the new is. It is what it isn't. It is what it isn't, Q. And it isn't what it is. It is what it is until it isn't, and then it isn't what it is. I should not maybe I shouldn't do that anymore. Q says, well, it changes everything. Maybe I won't call her. Oh no! What have I done, Q? Cody said, but you originally said that it can change, but it can't. It still existed, even if we got a new is. It's just a new it. The old it still happened. That's all I mean. Yeah, Cody, it is what it was. Wait. It was what it was. It was what it was, but it wasn't what it is. Because it changed. It wasn't what it is. Q says you removed all hopes for my happiness in life, Simon. All hope. Oh no! And that's why philosophy is bad for you. But if you can speak about it as what it was, it's still what it was, so it's still it, and the new it is a new it. The thing is, we have to approximate, right? Because we can't. we can't actually cope with a world that is always changing all the time. Even though that's actually what it is. What the world actually is that it always changes all the time. But we have to approximate and assume that some things stay still, otherwise our brains can't keep up and we can't actually live in the world anymore. So like you assume that the last thing you saw is what is still there, when it might not be. Yeah, concept of stability, Cody. Even if it isn't actually there. Yeah, that's right. Like the world appears to us more stable than it actually is in reality. But that's the only way we can deal with the complexity of the world, is by doing things one bit at a time. Because otherwise it's just too much stuff. Hey, good thing nothing changes in Minecraft unless we're there. Q says no, I'm pretty sure it's just a stupid saying. In Minecraft, it is what it is. Because unless Wesley or I go change stuff, like that, the desert out there is just gonna stay like that for all of eternity, unless one of us changes it. And if somebody changes it without our permission, we call that griefing, and that's socially wrong and bad and mean. So to violate other people's expectations of stability is deeply, deeply rude and unwelcome. Interesting that no, you can't come grief, Cody. Interesting that we make our games the way we want the world to be, and not how it actually is. Q says not quite true. Every other update seems to rearrange biomes. Well, there is that problem. That when they update the games, strange things do happen. It is what I want it to be, says Q. It is what it is until an update breaks your game and you can't load it anymore, and then it was what it was, but it no longer is. Alright, so we've gotten that far. As for the rest of this... 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3... 1, 2, and 3... It equals desert. Desert being defined as sand with snow maybe. After biome... Snow appears on sand, still defined as desert, but has it changed? Is it still is? Well, the thing is, you can't feel temperature through a video game. So it appears that it is still is. But in reality, that's only because you can't feel temperature. Apparently it's colder if the biome changed. If Microsoft updates the game, but you can't perceive how your game has broken, did the game update? Oh hey Wesley, the giant fountain Is blocking necropolis the word? So now the S is like behind the giant blue jelly. Try to make it as small as possible. Well, I mean, part of the problem is how thick the water is in the game, right? It's like, if it's clear water, it wouldn't be a problem, really. The problem is how thick it is in game. It's not really water, it's blue jelly. I do like what you're doing here with the statue, though. Anyway, it's not a... we can figure it out later. Obviously, it doesn't have to be fixed right now. And maybe in the end, the word is not that important. You can think about it. So is it faster if I do it like this? What on earth? It could be faster if I didn't miss every second block. Q says, or is it important, or was it important? Oh, Q. Q. I mean, Cody. On a more serious note, why do you choose quartz over white cement, for example? There's no white cement stairs. Because we're trying to make vaults and curvy things, or diagonal things. And the white concrete, there's no stairs. We didn't, I mean, I didn't want to use quartz because I was hoping to save quartz for something else, but here we are. This thing is gonna be so elaborate. I mean, it already is so elaborate. It's actually bonkers how elaborate this thing is. Q, I think Cody has a is indiscriminate in his wit. I think Cody has a all of the above strategy to wit, which is to say, he will say anything. Yeah, no, we do have a lot of modules, but it's like vaults going going both ways. Cody is not picky with his wit. He is open-minded about his wit. He will wit you in the most unlikely ways. It's completely incorrect to say it's a stupid form of wit or humor because actually it takes a mental capacity to put language together in such ways. Yeah, especially in more complex ways. Cody, I think we did talk about it. Yeah, there are worse kinds of humor. But we did say that puns is the kind of thing that makes other people have to do a bit of mental gymnastics. So it demands the other person to do some work. Puns violate expectations of stability, Cody. We're just talking about this earlier. We expect the world to be stable because that's how we can deal with it. Okay, and then the other side. But the stability of language is an illusion too, because language changes all the time. Are you not going to announce our words and put it in your video, Simon? Seems natural to me. Like, I can't read everything you guys say. I do have to build as well. Yeah, no, it's exactly the same conversation. I mean, when you tell a pun, it isn't what it is. We're just going back in circles. Because a pun isn't what it is, right? Because it's different things at the same time is what a pun is. So it isn't what it is. I was just thinking maybe I should step back and look at this, but I'm a little scared because if we decide to change it, it's a lot of stuff to change. Okay, let me just finish doing what I'm doing now and then I'll step back and look at this.